Hello, this is Bender with a review for Dragonica Online, and you can see that it's a MMORPG, and it's pretty loud. Uh, I'm an archer. You can pretty much tell that by my bow. And wow, it's loud. Why is that so loud? So far, it's pretty good. I'm level 18, and I decided that I'd do a review on someone that's not level 1 or 5 or something. Something a little more further in the game so you can kind of see the value of what you get for leveling up your character. Because I know a lot of games look all fancy or look boring when you're level 1. And I thought I'd do one up better on all the other reviews and show you how it's like to be level like 10, 20, 30. See if I can get there. And I'm just kind of going around the world, give you a little idea what it's like for movement. Right now I'm actually using a Xbox controller, the USB one. I just plugged it right in, able to play pretty easily. It's actually a lot easier with this, the combos. That's one thing about the game. The combos are everything. You have to know how to use your keyboard to be able to play. If you don't, then you're not going to have fun playing this game. You're going to get upset, and that's a chainsaw, and you're going to get upset, and it's just going to be a lot more angry than it's going to be fun if you don't know how to play. If you know how to learn and you want to learn, this is the great game to play. There's dungeons, there's quests, there's parties, I'm shutting my window. There's a bunch of cool stuff. And I just did a roll. I think I fell over. And to get from each place where the monsters are, you go over these hyper jumps instead of like warping or traveling through these mass worlds. The maps aren't too big. They're big enough that they have monsters, but mostly monsters aren't in these narrow paths. I mean, you'll get one or two, but they're mostly in these big circles. You'll have a big mob that just spawns right here. And the one funny thing I found about this game is monsters don't really spawn like normally. They don't appear out of anywhere. They fall from the sky, and that thing up there just smashed into my screen. And I don't know if you'll be able to tell it on this software I'm using, because the software is pretty I'm not going to say anything mean, but it's not the best for recording games. Everything in this game is pretty cool so far. I like it, and I've played a lot of games, so it's pretty hard to kind of amuse me on a bunch of different levels. It has a way that it makes the quest fun, but not like overly competitive, not like, oh, you have to do this in 10 minutes or find these monsters and kill them, and it doesn't tell you. It kind of gives you pretty good details on where you need to go, and I thought that was pretty nice, pretty generous of the makers to do that. Now this version's the CEA version, or SEA, sorry, my bad, and when you walk by NCPs up here, they kind of just shout at you in Chinese or Japanese, or I don't know what language they speak there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend. But it's kind of funny because if you don't know what they're saying, it just kind of sounds like you're watching an anime. No offense to anyone if it's not the right type of language. Now, I like how when you move, and there's a dash feature, that kind of sets it apart from MapleStory and Wonder King. Well, actually, I haven't played Wonder King in a while, so I don't know. But it's a lot easier to get across maps doing that. That's a dash and a jump, and it's pretty fun. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of combat to show you what the archer's like. I'm going to do a few videos, one on ninja, one on archer, and then I'll do a dungeon run with my sister, who's a mage, so you can kind of see what that's like. I'll make them quick, though, so it's not as long as this. This is more the information, everything. The dungeons are about 1, 2 to 3 levels, well, 3 maps. Big, you go through, you have to fight all the monsters, and once you do, you fight a boss. Now, the boss in the 2 dungeons I fought are wolves, and the 3rd dungeon looks like a troll with a cleaver, and I'm not joking. He literally looks like a troll with a cleaver, a big one, and he throws it across the map, and it does like 400 damage. And I'm an archer, so they don't have the greatest HP. I mean, their evasion's amazing. I'll sit here and see who hits me. 66, okay. Yeah. My evasion's not the greatest. I kind of focused on attack. That's another cool thing. You can focus where you want to go. If you want to do attack, you can focus on all attack moves. If you want to do evasion, you can focus on all evasion moves. It's pretty cool. You have a lot of freedom. Here's the skill tree. That's for Ranger. I'll tell you more about that after. The skill tree, like this one, shoots them up in the air. I'll show you that one. It shoots them up. It didn't that time. Sometimes it doesn't. It has like a 70% chance of doing it. And that one just killed it. Come on. Don't make me a liar. There it is. And then you can do more combos when they're in the air. That's pretty much where the game is cool, because you can just knock someone like 50 feet into the air and combo the hell out of them, and they can't even touch you. And there's a PvP feature. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to get back to you on that. But I can't imagine that it's anything other than awesome. I mean, fighting monsters is pretty fun, and it's pretty easy to level, too. I've been fighting level 10 monsters for a while, and I was getting like a level, at level 5 I could take them on as an archer, range. And it was still pretty fun. I mean, even though it's kind of like the same thing, it's just kind of fun watching how much damage you do. Watching all these cool little techniques. And the skill tree goes, you have the first move that hits them into the air. That's pretty much your starting move. Then you get moves that build onto it. So you have a move that once they're in the air, you hit the Z button. And that's this move. No, that's this move right here. And that does a bunch of combos in the air. You were seeing I was getting like a 10-20 combo. And this guy's up here to sell you items, because every so maps they have a little merchant, so you don't have to go all the way back to town and come all the way back. It's pretty cool. I thought that was nice of them. They're pretty generous in this game. The only thing they're not generous with is, for level 10 items, it costs 2 gold. And I'm level 18, and I've been doing a lot of quests and dungeon runs. I have 1 gold. And now I had to buy potions and everything, but not as much as other classes, because I'm not up front in the battle. I'm away. I'm shooting them. I'm hitting in the air. I kind of hit and run. Feel like a pansy for doing it, but that's my tactic. That's what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. Like a sniper. And each move kind of helps your class. Like, you have these passive ones, like Bow Mastery. It's amazing. It gives me so much more attack. I leveled it up to 3. Before I was hitting 80s. I'm hitting 250 now. This makes me run faster. If I was in a race right now, they wouldn't be going as fast as me. But then again, it doesn't matter, because you can just do this. So I kind of have a feeling that's going to come into play later on in the game when I'm a different class. Like, that's when you're level 20, you get to upgrade to one of 2 classes. Mine is a hunter or a ranger. Now, the hunter is kind of like the MapleStory equivalent would be like, well, a ranger. Because he has all these cool arrow moves. And he's kind of more focused on evasion. And then the ranger focuses more on attack. He's got like rocket launchers and everything. He's a more modern archer. He's like what you'll see blowing up your house in Iraq. No offense. But that's what it's like. And I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to say this really quick. The game is really fun. It's really well put together. The graphics are pretty nice. There's a lot of shading and detail that they put in. It's 3D, which is pretty cool. And if you have the time, it wasn't too bad to download. I'd give it a try. You might end up liking it. It could be one of those ones that have a long time play for you. There's many different things to do, from quests to PvP to dungeons, and it's something I'm probably going to stick around in. So if you ever play in the SEA version, let me know. I'll be on. This is Bender, and I'm out.